I think that the main use cases where we're going to see the biggest impact is for repetitive data collection and entry tasks. Google have this product called Code Assist. And what Code Assist does is essentially Agentspace just for code. Every time we make a change in our code, there's essentially a pipeline that gets triggered. And there's a few checks that need to be done around, is the code secure? Is the code reliable? Does it run? Does it pass tests? The developer's dream is to have that as automated as possible. That requires a developer to write the tests, write the parameters for what it means when it runs. It takes a lot of time to create this pipeline. What we did is we just dropped in Gemini Code Assist in our development pipeline. And every time we push a new piece of code to our software, that now gets grabbed by Gemini. It gets checked. Gemini is essentially acting as a quality assurance agent, and it's telling us whether this code has any bad smells. Oh, hold on, you shouldn't be doing this. This isn't best practice. And that takes off the cognitive load off the developer to make sure that they're doing things correctly. That would be impossible 2 years ago without a person in the middle. And now you can take that person out and let Gemini push it through. And this can be applied to other use cases as well. So let's say we've got approvals that we need to do when it comes to our marketing content, right? It needs to be in our tone of voice. It needs to conform to our brand guidelines. At the end of this process, you'd have a marketing person or a person in charge of content doing these tick boxes. Hey, okay, we've got the branding on point. Okay, we've got the tone of voice on point. That used to be a manual process, and there's softwares that kind of came out to try and automate that, but it still needed human intervention. We've gotten to the point where agents are so good and AI is so good, you can create a script, drop them in, and they now own that workflow. So what I see is we're not removing people from the process, but we're removing the manual input that's required in workflows. People like marketers, like salespeople, like HR, they're no longer going to have to sit and follow a set of processes and set of guidelines, just like robots. We can just slot in AI to do most of our steps for us. And they've kind of been freed up to do higher value activities and improve the process and drive more value rather than just going through the motion. So I think where these AI agents and where our Agentspace is going to bring the most value is improving and speeding up processes. And where people are going to add the most value, working alongside agents, is creating and refining and adding value to those processes.